come through the back and then walk round the side and then come out for the Queen. And he walked through, and I was sitting next to my sister, and I said, you know, he walked about, I don't know, 2/3 of the way past, and I said, glad to see he's behaving himself. And with that cue, he then did a little trip, and it got a laugh. And my sister looked at each other, and then I said, this isn't going to end here. He can't do what I think he's going to do. He was just basically testing the water for the Queen. I mean, if he hadn't got a laugh, he wouldn't have done it. But because there were people with all their medals on rolling around at the back of the hall. People at the front didn't know what was going on. And then, of course, he did it again and got away with it. But I told him I said, what on earth did you think you were doing? But he said, oh, no, she loved it. I said, yeah, but it could have gone hopelessly wrong. But he got away with it.
Are you sitting there with your head in your hands?
Well, I was very nervous. I knew he was going to do it. The first trip went too well for him not to do it. There you go.
They don't care as long as there is a jester, just a fool as foolish as he can be. There's always a joker, that's a rule, but fate deals the hand and I see. The joker is me, the joker is me, the joker is me.
It's not always easy, is it, though, to be the child of a famous parent? I wonder whether overall you found his fame easy or hard to live with.
I haven't really found it that hard, no. It's probably not the normal upbringing, because normal families would see their parents all the time, and I think that's basically what broke up my parents, in that he wasn't at home that much, and it was almost an inevitability about the breakup of the marriage. So it wasn't that normal that we weren't seeing a lot of him, really. But he was a very loving father, and we certainly appreciated it when we saw him.
What about your own children, his grandchildren? How has he taken to being a grandfather?
Oh, he loves them. He loves them. And they love. In fact, he's coming to stay with us in the next couple of weeks, so they're looking forward to having him down. They're 16 and 11, my two boys, so and they just love having him around.
Does he try out the slapstick on them?
Oh yes. I mean, he used to carry my eldest when he was young. He used to carry him upstairs in a duvet. You can't do that anymore. But they used to be quite tiring on him.
Has being his son brought expectations, would you say, from other people? People perhaps expecting you to be funny, expecting you to be starry?
I hope not. I mean, people who know me know I've got a reasonable sense of humour, but I don't think they expect me to be like my father particularly.
Because you can't really escape a name like Wisdom. It's a bit like Magnuson. You know, I spent a lot of my youth explaining that yes, I was a relation, yes, I've started so I'll finish, you know, and you thought, dear, please, why can't I be called Brown?
Yeah.
Wisdom, there's not many Wisdoms, are there?
There's not many at all. I bumped into one the other day, actually, out of the blue, but that doesn't happen very often.
So did you get the question, oh, Wisdom, any relation?
I get that all the time, yes.
And you don't mind?
No, I never volunteer it, but if they say any relation to, I say yes, he's my father.
As you think of your father, Nick, and the kind of father that he's been to you, how would you sum up the influence he's had on you as a person?
I admire him for the amount of hard work that he's put into his life, and I think that has come from really having nothing when he was a child, and he's had to literally work his way up the ladder, and he's now enjoying, his retirement. He's really fulfilled everything that he would have wanted to have done, and more. And
what's he taught you?
To work hard. That's really the one thing. I make out that he's probably quite a sort of bad-mannered person, but he's actually quite well-mannered in other areas. So, he's got values. But, I mean, he certainly is a totally different person. So when I say what I've learnt off him, not everything that he's he gets up to or has rubbed off onto me, I can assure you.
When you're knighted, you won't find yourself tripping on your way to collect your medal.
No, I don't think so.
What will you miss most when he's gone?
Oh, well, really, it's just his warmth, I think. He's very warm. I mean, when he phones up now, he's quite a forgetful fellow now. I mean, his short-term memory's not quite what it was, and he's always reminding me how he's 90. And I said, yes, we know that now. and you know, I tell him how good he is for his age and all that. But I'll just miss his warmth, really. Very warm person. You know, loves his children, and we love him.
Don't laugh at me, 'cause I'm a fool.
His great theme song, of course, is Don't Laugh at Me. What are your feelings when you hear that one? So associated in all our minds, of course, with Norman Wisdom.
It basically sums up his career. Everything, don't laugh at me. He can be funny, and then the next scene can be tears. I think it summed up what my father was all about, a mixture of comedy and pathos, and people will always remember him with that great song, Don't Laugh at Me.
Thank you very much.